Okay, guys, hello. I'm really tired, and the babies are sleeping in the car again. Just parked at the mall, but I have to tell you that I I didn't really sleep last night. Didn't really fall fully asleep until 3:30, and it, when you get older, how certain bones start hurting, or I don't know. I couldn't really sleep. I couldn't find a comfortable place, and then my little boy started moving at 3:15, and then he didn't really find peace or fully asleep until 3:30. So I think that's when we actually lost consciousness completely. It's really really cold outside. It's sunny and nice, but it's super nice and sunny, and the skies are blue, but it's the wind is really cold. And so I loaded a stroller with me too, to put them in the stroller, but they're still sleeping so cutely. They're so cute. And um I'll have to go and get, before the spring vacation starts, have to get the boys t-shirts for school, like the school uniform white shirts. I have to get for the summer with the short sleeve. They still have with the long sleeve they can use in the beginning, because it's fairly cold in the beginning of the school year in April. But they have like 2 more days of school, and besides today, and then they're done with the school year, and the new school year starts in sometime in April, like the first Tuesday or what, I don't remember the date exactly, but April will start again. And so I don't want to be in the rush of the spring break. Everybody gets stuff for their kids during the spring break, and they might be out of stock of shirts and stuff, so they might be as well be done now too. I don't know, but I'll try my best to find whatever I can for the boys, and find socks and shirts. And then whatever they get really tall so fast in the springtime, so might as well, probably in the next few months, we'll be getting them new shoes as well. They have indoor shoes and outdoor shoes, and shoes for the gym. So yeah, but to be honest with you, all I want to do right now is just join the snoring competition here and just relax, but I can't. Have to load them in the stroller and go there and be done with this, hopefully, and then I have to feed them lunch something and go home and deal with the laundry, the millions and gazillions of laundry. At least now that is warmer, I can move more freely into the other rooms and sort out clothes. And I'm preparing those big bags, plastic bags, to throw away things that I really don't want or need, or too old, or they got deep spring cleaning. I think I'm gonna do that with clothes for all of us, the kids and I, because I don't really want it or need it, or there are things that are just been there for centuries. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good feeling to get rid of as much stuff as I can. I was like, what is rubbing here? It's my belt. With the boys now, we like to watch this Slammed Pig, whatever, on Facebook. We're following, and it's like those scary poltergeist slash spirits and ghosts and whatever videos, and they show always like 6x6x6, and then the boys and I always watch them. So we're like, okay, if we see something moving around the house, we know it's haunted or something. But then in our house, we don't really see those things or had experiences like that. Not really. Well, I've had experiences, but they're not scary, and they're more like sacred and spiritual, and just like my own personal knowing that I am not alone, and we're not alone, and we're watched over by guardian angels. And yeah, I that's how much I will tell. I'm not familiar with the poltergeist. Is that entity like a spirit? Will be like, I understand it's like with the form and the shape of a person, but like poltergeist, what was that? I don't really know. Growing up, I remember when I was like, what, elementary school kid, but going towards junior high, there was a book of a girl in Bulgaria, like back when I was home, a school kid, and they published that book, and it was about this girl who had a poltergeist in her house, and she called him a he, I don't know. He had even a name, Kiki or something. So she was communicating with him by yes and no. She would ask yes and no questions, and one was for two knocks, and yeah, no is for one knock or something like that. I don't remember, but I remember I was fascinated, and I read that book, and it was like very thin book, fairly thin and small. So, a school kid could read it even, and I was fascinated. I was like, well, this is so cool. You know, there's so much more out there that we don't know about. And then my dad was also interested in those paranormal activities and things, and he went to conferences when they had those in our town and things like that. He could find water with those like metal wire looking things, and he would hold them in both hands, and then when they cross each other, that's like a spot underground where they have water. And then he found lots of water for people in the oh, in the countryside, where they could dig down and get water to pump for their gardens. That yeah, people usually like do that. They pump water for, so because if you water a garden with the water from the house where it has a meter, you pay like a lot of money for water bill. So what people do back home is when they dig for a well, and then they use a pump, and then electrical pump, and then they just pay for the electricity for the pump, and then they water their gardens, because people back home have like massive gardens, and they plant a lot of stuff, like there'll be like long rows of tomatoes and just peppers and just like plants, just cucumbers and other vegetables that we usually grow a lot of things, because not just for consuming during the season, but also for canning. People can a lot. So because in the winter there's no much, you cannot really can consume fresh anything, so everything is canned. At least that's back then, like now they have lots of stuff in the supermarket that is imported, like those veggies that are growing in the warmer countries, and you can still probably get in the winter cucumbers and tomatoes. But it's not like the same when it's not the season, it's not the same at all. And that's what I think. Anyway, so I don't even know why I'm talking about all this stuff, but another thing I was thinking about was yesterday I was thinking again a lot about I don't know, like I don't really feel like right now talking about it. I don't know why. It's just weird. Like I have in my head something that I want to talk about, and then it always changes. Like I just look at myself and right now in the phone, and yeah, I don't feel like talking about that, but probably blog about it. It's very interesting. Yesterday my sister was asking me to take a picture of my baby girl, because I was telling her, she gave me a lot of dresses for her, because she has girls. So I'm grateful for all the girl clothes, because I don't really buy much. Well, I did go yesterday, and was it yesterday, the day before? No, not yesterday. Was it Friday or Saturday? I went and got for those little ones from a kids clothes shop, t-shirts that are with Mickey and Minnie, because they love Mickey and Minnie. You guys, I don't really know, I'm just excited because they love Disney stuff. They like the puppy dogs, pals, the pugs, on Disney Junior, and they like the things that they react the most on is like those puppy dogs. And so we have those, and we got them for Christmas present. They came all the way from California. But so they were like Disney Junior, but they love Mickey and Minnie so much. And it's like now they have on Disney Channel, they have like those really cool songs, opening theme songs, like with na 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 na. It's like Mickey and something racers, so they like have racing cars, and it's just so cool. And they love the wake up, make it a Mickey morning, and so they just love that song. Like when we wake up with that song, and we play it, and they dance. And then their dad went with the oldest brother to Costco. The closest one to us is like 2 hours away on the highway, and it's really a lot. But like, so they went somewhere else to do something else, but like they went to Costco too, and grab pizza and root beer and like all the goodies that we love. And they also got for the babies blankets that were with Mickey and Minnie, so we washed them, and they're drying outside right now, and they're really fluffy on the inside, and then on the outside is like this huge picture of Mickey and then Minnie. Oh, they loved it. When we opened the blankets for them, they were just, their faces like I don't know why they love Mickey and Minnie so much. None of my kids did before, neither did I, but it's just really cute. They love Disney stuff, and most of all Mickey and Minnie, they're like the Disney kind of thing. Anyway, so what was I saying? So my sister asked me, so she was yesterday with a really cute dress, pink and white. And so I was I took a picture of while she was like moving around the room, like she was in motion. So I was like, I have to just snap a photo of her, and so she can see the front of the dress, so she can see how the dress looks like. And so I did. And then the picture got like a little bit blurry because she was in the motion, so she was like moving. But you can see how it looks like the dress. And then I sent it to my sister, and so she's like, oh yeah, I remember, I know that dress. So it was really fun. Okay, we need some fresh air. I think it's getting really stuffed here, but outside is really chilly. It's not like that cold, but like because I need to go to the bathroom so bad. And then the babies are still sleeping, and I just stay here. But yeah, we need some fresh air. Anyway, so and then I looked back in the picture, and then you can see in the back of the picture, her dad is like lying on the floor, and then he's like looking at his phone. Then every time when I noticed that even like 7 years ago, when my youngest from the 3 boys was small, like walking around like little baby, there was a video that I took of him like walking around, or I don't know, just casually in the living room, and then in the background you can see things like how messy it is, like laundry baskets full of laundry and stuff. And then again, the dad is sitting on the couch on his phone again. And so I was like, there are a lot of pictures like that. Like I don't do it intentionally, it's just like a lot of things that it just happens like that. Like the kids are around, and then there is always in the background the dad with the phone. So it's like a constant, And then I was thinking, gosh, I don't understand that mentality of, my phone and whatever I'm doing on it is more important than seeing my kids growing around me. Of course, I don't think for fathers it's possible to consistently and constantly be alert of the kids around. Like, first of all, they're not always all the time at home anyways, so that's not like I don't know, like for me, if I were a father, if I were the guy and I didn't see my family for the whole day, I wouldn't spend so much time on my phone, doing reading like whatever all the time, scrolling down and looking at people's Instagram, whatever, or playing games, if I know that my little ones are around me and then they're like pulling his shirt or like trying to tap him, like just get his attention, I probably would be like, just leave the phone and the keys and whatever and in the basket there that we put stuff, and we just play and just have meaningful conversation and like learn a little bit more about them, and find out questions and play with the little with the babies, and that's what I would do. And that's what I've always done after school when I come home from work. And I spend time with other kids usually, and that's like before the twins when I was working. I would just throw everything, my bags, and just talk to the boys, and I was trying to connect with them as much as I can. But that's just me. I guess that's how I am. I connect with people by talking to them, and especially with the little ones, they want to tell you all about their day. So if they did something exciting or fun or something new, and they discovered something, they learned something, a new fact, they will share it. And so I really enjoyed that. But I guess not everybody's like that. I guess for Japanese people, as long as you're breathing, fed, bathed, and have clothes on you, and you look like decent, you're okay. Talking, not so much. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe among themselves they talk, but like in this family, I feel like, I don't know, like honestly, when the kids are not in the room with me, I don't really talk, because there's not much that I'm interested in or want to know about or care at all. It's like I would be talking to a person who is like just like that, holding the phone in front of him, and then like, to me that means you're not that important. You can be on the background somewhere. I'm just gonna scroll my phone here, and hello beautiful, hello gorgeous, oh look at this beautiful baby. And then I'll scroll my phone here, and then you can just keep talking to me and I'll just listen. Like, I don't think that's a very healthy relationship between spouses, and it shouldn't be that way. But it is what it is. That's how it's in our house, and quite honestly, I prefer not to talk, and I just vent here and talk to my kids and do things with them. And whenever I can have the chance to chat or voice message to my friends, that's what it would be. That's how it is. And I have other friends who are in a relationship with or married to a Japanese, and quite honestly, it doesn't sound any better than, like, everybody's situation is different, and I'm not putting all the Japanese people under the same denominator. That's impossible. Just like you cannot put all the Bulgarians under the same denominator. But something common is like there are certain things that people as a whole do or don't do. So in general, I would say that people here are really motionless, like shutting off emotions so they can do the stuff they have to do. And then but like how in the Western world it's impossible to be like that. Like, it's no different than the robot. And so, like, we like to cuddle, we like to talk, we like to laugh, we like to joke, we like to prank, we like to make fun of, we like to be sarcastic, we like to talk straight, not like beating around the bush for 30 minutes, not getting any answers. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have stories. But yeah, I've noticed that in a lot of my family photography that I've done with the boys growing up, And even now with the babies, there is a lot of images of the father in the background with the phone. And I think for Japanese ladies, maybe that's normal. Maybe that's more than normal even. Maybe that's part of life and how they function, and that satisfaction for them. I don't know what it is, but for me it's like very wrong, especially if you have 5 kids and you still choose to bury your face in the phone. I mean, all those years that I've just shut down and don't want to do anything with that person is because over and over and over again I have been let know that through actions that, you know, my phone will be first and you'll be always like on the background somewhere. I mean, you cannot really marry your phone, but like I think towards the end, before I completely shut down, I was like, oh, how's your wife, you know, go to sleep with your wife, you know, the device. And so I was even thinking to make like a photo collage of our wedding picture, but then instead of me, it's like a picture of an iPhone. So that would be perfect explanation or image of that certain person and his choice of life. Like, to me, doesn't make any sense at all, like to marry somebody and expect that somebody would sheepishly follow you without having anything in her own mind and without discussing things for the future, and just slamming papers on the table and telling me what's gonna happen in the next year or two. And every time when I lost a baby, he was starting a new business. When those two were to come, he was starting a new business, and with teaching English and stuff. So to me, it's really ironic how like there's a new life starting inside of me, and there is a new business starting in the same time. And then with the first time, I didn't know about the baby, so I lost the baby, and I had to go through all the emotions on my own pretty much. And you know, he was taking care of his business baby, so that was all the focus and and it was really hard. I remember it was really hard. But when those two were about to come, and I knew that I had to finish work, that means no paycheck coming, and it will be hard. And even though, you know, there's still father who is not in the house, and at the end of the day, when everybody's home, he's gone. And then when all the kids are asleep, and me too including, after a day with twins, I just collapse. And so that's when he comes home, and again, willingly choosing to stay in the bathtub with the phone for a long time. I don't know, I don't really time up with the timer how long, but it's probably 30 minutes at the least. So, you know, priorities, it's like, you don't want to talk to your spouse at the end of the day, that's fine. You don't want to spend time with your kids, that's fine. But just please don't expect them as a family to be like, oh, I don't know. Everybody with their own, like, I'm not saying here, you know, he's the bad guy, I'm the great person who is trying, you know, like everything possible to make it work. No, I'm not at all. I'm not trying anything anymore at all. Anymore, that's the key word, anymore. Because believe me or not, I've tried to follow, I've tried to merge into this culture. I've tried to keep my chin up. I try to I had bad days and good days, but I was trying to stay positive and cook Japanese meals and try to reach out to people. But then at the end of the day, you always will be the different one. You always will be the one that they have to translate to, help with, explain to, give heads up, which doesn't happen anymore because it's just not necessary. Like, if I could spare her that, I'll just go and do it myself. That's the justification. Like, why does she have to know all that crap that I'm dealing with? Like, all the accountants do the taxes and things like that. Like, all my friends that are actually English teachers and they're on their own in this country, they know more about how things work than I, because for me everything is done here, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. And so when your spouse is the local one and does everything, you have no idea how to operate things on your own at all. And so that, to me, that's very wrong too. And making decisions with your parents, and planning ahead, like, things, and instead of with your spouse, that, for me, that's like demeaning your wife. Like, she's like some kind of like not even a trophy, like an object on the shelf. And her job is to bring kids to give birth to your kids, and so you can have like somebody to show off with. Like, they're amazing kids. We have wonderful kids, and they're beautiful, they're smart, they're great. But then I had a friend who told me I stopped liking his photos of him with the kids, because he wants all the glory, but like, it's all you. It's all you've done. It's like the kids is all like all you've done. And he's just like bashing when showing off with them. And I was like, wow, I never really saw it that way, but wow, wow. I mean, all truth said, I agree with her. And yeah, it is what it is. After all that, I decided to stay. And I mean, after my third kid, I was already thinking, yeah, what am I even doing here? What's going on? Like, why am I even here? Just grab my kids and get out of here. But then though I still have had hope. I still press forward, still had a little bit of faith that things might change. And I did try before to have a kid after my third kid, but it was like, when it's my intention, when I want to, it never happened. But when I thought that at least it's possible, boom, you have two twins. And then it was like, for me, it was like quite the shock. And I knew I had to stop work, and it would be hard. And so I either go back home and find ways how to settle down there with 5 kids, or I have to let those two go to a nursery school, and I started working for the same company I worked for almost 5 years, and continue to have paycheck. But the thing is, which one is more important? Like, which one is my priority? My priority is definitely the kids, and that's why I've been staying in this country, regardless of all the hardships and all the struggles and all the isolation and all the loneliness. To be honest with you, I'm to the point where I purposely, intentionally have no desire to make any more friends with anybody, because ultimately everybody that speaks English and comes here leaves. You know what I mean? Everybody leaves. And so after a certain amount of friends I made here, and at work, I was like, that's it. And I knew that after I have the twins, regardless of the existing COVID-19, with or without COVID-19, it will be the same for me. It will be like me and my babies only. And so for the future, I'm thinking, whether I want my peace of mind and go back home and do something that I like to do or enjoy doing, and use like knowing English and stuff like that, or I stay here and continue to stay here and see my kids growing in front of my eyes, not having any friends of their friends' mothers and fathers. Like, I don't really know anybody's parents to the point where I feel comfortable chatting with them. No, I have chat lists with like few parents, but I think it's just because of the kids gathering together, so they let me know if the father was not in the picture at that point, that time, or whatever. So yeah, my oldest, his best friend, she knows when something chatting comes from my line, my chat, that means it's my son chatting to her son, so she just gives the phone to the kid. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. It's like, I don't really have friends of my kids' friends' parents, or I don't know. And then if there are other foreigners who are here around, working in his school or coming to church, now that we have Sunday school in his new school building, if they come, I have zero desire to. I mean, I can say hi and bye, but like, I don't really feel like I'm in a place where, oh yeah, let's go and have new friends and let's go and hang out with new friends. No, I can't. I have twins, and for me, they're my kids. They're the loves of my life. I love them so much, but they're also my anchor to the house, and I cannot, until they're still small and they cannot really walk very well and wobbly still with the stroller in the back of the car. I don't think I can really do much, regardless of how much I feel like I want to socialize with others. I can't. And so and that could end in a year if I decide to leave them in a nursery school and pick them up after work. And the other three, who knows what's going to happen to them, because in all honesty, their father is not there. And the spring vacation is coming, which means he's going to open the doors of his after school at 8 in the morning. So those moms who work, they can drop their kids at 8, because there will be no school, right? So somebody has to take care of them, right? So they open at 8. So I am in my house with 5 kids alone for the whole for whole spring vacation. And so those moms, regardless of whether they work or not, but just get them off their hair, they'll be, their kids will be in our area. And they're not like very quiet at all. They would go play outside and they'll like mess up with our stuff. And we're planning to plant garden and trees, and I don't know how much that will survive, because honesty, last year I planted 2 walnut trees and one survived. The other one was completely like pulled out and stuff like that. So yeah, good times. It's like every day you're on the edge with everything that is happening. You have no idea what's going on. Nobody tells you anything. There are always constantly cars stopped in front of your porch. There are times where I cannot even really go out with the stroller with the babies, even though there's a slope, because somebody decided to park their car like that and then backwards. I don't know if it's in other countries like that, but in Japan, you guys, when this is the parking and this is the front, that's how I'm parked right now. Yeah, I'm parked with my front of the car is here. Look at this guy, how he just parked. He parked like that. Yeah, so the butt of his car is on this side. Yeah, so the reason I parked like that is because I have to open the stroller is in the back of the car, so that fence will be not helpful, right? So I have to open the back door of the trunk and get the stroller out. But usually people park like this, like even there, like look how that car is parked. So nobody parks towards the wall, towards the fence. Everybody parks backwards, so they can, when they come out and get in their car, they can just go. They don't have to back up and look around and things like that. So that's how it's in Japan. But guess what? When your car is parked backwards towards the front door of our house, when they start the engine, what happens? You get in your house through the doors all their car waste. And so all the gasoline that they burned. And in the summer, we keep the windows open. And I've noticed in the nursery school where my kids were going for so many years, there, where the parking lot of that nursery school is, there behind it there is a house. It's still there. There is a house, and then in that house, all the windows on that side, everything is sealed, like everything is closed. And then there are laminated papers that say something in Japanese. And I ask my kids how many times I've asked them, what does it say? And they say, don't park your cars backwards, because when you start the car, or if you keep on the engine, that all the waste goes towards the house, and that's not good, right? It's just poisoning the house. Well, that's what they're doing right now in our place. All those millions of cars that come every day to drop their kids for English class for 30 minutes and come back. Some people keep their engine on in the winter because it's cold, to stay in the car. Some go grocery shopping before, and they pick up their kids. Some people turn off the engine and go in the building to wait. But either way, when the car is parked like this way, toward, like, this is the car and that's our house, imagine, then all their so with the kids, they helped me to type up something and make it like on a paper, and we printed it out and we left it on their the windshield wipers. So we put it under the wiper, and what they do is they turn their car around and they apologize. But then you see, I don't know if we managed to do that to everybody, but it's an ongoing thing. It never ends. It doesn't stop. It's always like that. And so I was like, do they understand the Japanese that I typed up? My boys helped me, so, because they know Japanese. So is it that, or is it that they just don't really care? Because I have 5 kids in the house, and I don't want the house to be all like. And I've noticed even before they had that new building with the school, I've noticed even before, when it was just their grandpa, when he would turn on the engine of the truck, of his little K truck, in the morning to go to work. I've noticed, like, even that kind of, I could feel the smell of it, like, coming into the house before. I know. And so I didn't really say much about it, because it was just one truck, and like 3 times a day he would do that. He would go in the morning, and then he comes back for lunch, goes, and then leaves, and in the evening or whatever. So he would do that once or twice a day. But if it's like so many cars constantly every night doing that, I don't think it's a good idea. And I mean, I can't do much about it, but I can ask them at least to not park their cars backwards and just park front. So when they turn on the engine, the gasoline goes towards the road, not towards my house. Not really my house anyways, but the house we live in. So yeah, there's no common sense here. Like how you can be so sensitive and so caring about certain things, but like those things for them are like kind of like annoying. Like, why am I even doing that? And I don't know, I wish I could explain myself and my logic behind it and why am I worried about it, but I can't, because I don't. So I just write notes and put them under their wipers and use the printer and just print more and more of that paper, and then just keep doing that. That's all I can do. And if they don't do it, because some of them are really stubborn, like those those fathers that are just behind the wheel on their phone. They don't really care to make like a face or whatever. My boys help me, actually. They put the paper for me on their cars, and then apologize, and then they do the same thing next time, you know. It's just a habit. Everybody does that everywhere, so it is what it is. All right, I'm just gonna get going because those two are waking up, and we'll do some shopping. Use the bathroom first, and we'll be back. I'll see you guys tomorrow or any time I can do videos. Bye.